Take a moment and ask yourself, are you happy right now? Or do you feel like you're chasing happiness, always one step behind? We tell ourselves that a better job, more money, or the perfect relationship will make us happy. But here's the strange thing: when we finally get what we want, the joy fades fast, and we're left chasing something new. Why is that? Why is happiness so hard to hold on to? Today, I want to explore this question with you, and to do that, we're turning to one of history's most brutally honest philosophers, Arthur Schopenhauer. He saw happiness not as a simple emotion, but as a profound challenge tied to the human condition. Schopenhauer believed that happiness is an illusion we chase, and only by facing life's deeper truths can we find something close to peace. Over the next 35 minutes, we'll dive into Schopenhauer's philosophy to understand why happiness feels so elusive and how we can live more meaningful lives despite it. Ready? Let's get started. At the heart of Schopenhauer's philosophy is a concept he called the will. This isn't just about willpower or wanting something specific. For Schopenhauer, the will is a blind, irrational force that drives all life. It's the root of our desires, our instincts, our cravings. When you're hungry, you want food. When you're lonely, you crave connection. When you dream of success, you chase ambition. But here's the catch: this will is never satisfied. Think about it. Imagine you buy your dream car. For a moment, you're thrilled. But a few weeks or months later, that car just becomes part of your routine. Then a new desire creeps in: a bigger house, a better vacation, a more exciting life. Schopenhauer called this the endless treadmill of desire. He put it like this: when we fulfill a desire, we feel brief pleasure, but soon a new desire arises. When we're not desiring, we're bored. When we are desiring, we're in pain. This is the first reason happiness is so hard. Our brains aren't wired to feel enough. Modern neuroscience backs this up. A 2018 study from Harvard University found that our brain's dopamine system drives us to seek rewards. But we get more dopamine from chasing goals than from achieving them. In other words, we're biologically programmed to keep running after happiness, never fully catching it. Pause for a second and reflect. Think of something you desperately wanted and finally got. How long did that happiness last? A few days? Hours? This isn't your fault, it's how human nature is built. Schopenhauer saw this truth centuries ago. Schopenhauer didn't live in the age of social media, but he understood that our desires are amplified by the world around us. Today, we're bombarded with comparisons. You scroll through Instagram and see someone's perfect vacation. LinkedIn shows you a colleague's promotion. Ads whisper, "Buy this and you'll be happy." It's relentless. Schopenhauer believed that comparing ourselves to others is one of the fastest paths to misery. He argued that our will becomes restless when we measure our lives against someone else's. This aligns perfectly with modern psychology. A 2020 study from Oxford University found that comparing yourself to others on social media increases feelings of inadequacy and depression. But it's not just comparison. There are deeper psychological traps at play. Let's talk about a few cognitive biases that make happiness even harder. First, there's the hedonic treadmill, the idea that we quickly adapt to positive changes in our lives. You get a raise and it feels amazing for a week, but soon it's just your new normal, and you're back to wanting more. Schopenhauer would nod in agreement. He saw this as the will's insatiable nature. Then there's the confirmation bias. We seek out information that reinforces our belief that happiness lies in external things like wealth or status, and ignore evidence that suggests otherwise. For example, how many times have you heard someone say, "If I just had X, I'd be happy"? We're wired to believe this, even when it fails us time and again. And let's not forget the negativity bias. Our brains are hardwired to focus on what's wrong, rather than what's right. A 2019 study from the University of California found that negative experiences have a stronger emotional impact than positive ones. So even when good things happen, we're quick to dwell on the one thing that's missing. These biases, combined with a culture that glorifies consumption, create a perfect storm. We're not just chasing happiness, we're chasing it in ways that are doomed to fail. Schopenhauer said, "Happiness is not an external possession, but an internal state." Yet we always seek it outside ourselves. We think money, status, or love will make us happy, but that's an illusion. A 2005 Princeton study showed that after your income reaches about $75,000 a year, more money doesn't significantly boost happiness. So why do we keep falling for this trap? Schopenhauer would say it's because humans are drawn to illusions. We prefer comforting lies over hard truths. Modern society fuels these illusions. Advertisements promise that a new gadget will transform your life. Movies portray happiness as a glamorous lifestyle. But real happiness has nothing to do with these things. Schopenhauer is often called the philosopher of pessimism. And for good reason. He saw life as a cycle of suffering. One of his most famous quotes sums it up. "Life swings like a pendulum between boredom and pain." That sounds grim, doesn't it? But Schopenhauer's pessimism isn't about giving up, it's about facing reality head on. He believed that happiness isn't a permanent state. Life is inherently imperfect, and suffering is part of the deal. This perspective resonates with modern psychology. Martin Seligman, the founder of positive psychology, says that happiness isn't just about feeling good, it's about finding meaning and purpose. Schopenhauer would agree. He didn't think we could eliminate suffering, but he believed we could find meaning within it. So how do we do that? Schopenhauer suggested taming the will, breaking free from the endless cycle of desire. He proposed 3 ways to do this. 1. Transcendence through art. Art, especially music, lifts us above our everyday desires. Have you ever lost yourself in a song or a painting? Schopenhauer saw music as the most powerful art form because it silences the will, even for a moment. 2. Embracing solitude. Schopenhauer viewed solitude not as loneliness, but as a gift. It's a chance to explore your inner world and connect with your true self. A 2017 study from the University of Essex found that people who spend time alone tend to be more creative and self-reflective. 3. Compassion and connection. Schopenhauer believed that understanding and helping others could ease our own suffering. By connecting with someone else's pain, we step outside our own desires and find a deeper sense of purpose. So, how can we apply Schopenhauer's ideas in today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world? His philosophy is centuries old, but it's still remarkably relevant. Here are some practical steps you can take. 1. Go on a social media diet. Limit your time on social media. Comparison is a happiness killer. Instead, spend time reading, walking, or doing something that quiets your mind. 2. Savor the small joys. Schopenhauer warned that big desires lead to big disappointments. Focus on the little things: the smell of your morning coffee, a favorite song, a good conversation. 3. Seek meaning, not happiness. Happiness comes when you're pursuing something meaningful. What matters to you? Volunteering, creating, learning, find your purpose and chase it. 4. Accept suffering. Pain is part of life. Instead of running from it, ask what it's teaching you. Growth often comes from discomfort. Biet cela nulla nulla. Practice mindfulness. Schopenhauer didn't use the word mindfulness, but his ideas align with it. Mindfulness is about being fully present in the moment, letting go of the endless chase for more. A 2021 study from Stanford University showed that mindfulness practices reduce stress and improve emotional well-being. Try this for 5 minutes a day, sit quietly and focus on your breath. Notice your thoughts, but don't chase them. It's a simple way to tame the will and find peace in the present. The core of all this is simple. Happiness isn't a destination, it's a journey. Schopenhauer didn't promise a life of bliss, but he showed us how to find freedom by facing the truth. Let's come back to our original question, why can't we be happy? Schopenhauer's answer is both sobering and liberating. Happiness isn't something we can catch and keep, it's something we find by embracing reality. Our desires are endless and life is imperfect, but within that imperfection, we can discover meaning and peace. Schopenhauer may be called a pessimist, but I see hope in his philosophy. He gives us the courage to face life's truths and the tools to live more deeply. His message is a reminder that you don't need a perfect life to find joy, you just need the willingness to see beauty in the mess. Now it's your turn. What did this talk make you think about? Where are you searching for happiness? Share your thoughts in the comment. I'd love to hear your story. Maybe you felt trapped by the treadmill of desire, or maybe you found small ways to break free. Let's start a conversation. And if this resonated, hit the subscribe button and share this with someone who might need it. Together, we can help more people face the truth and find their freedom. We all dream of happiness, but true happiness starts with loving life's imperfections. As Schopenhauer might say, life is painful, but those who find beauty in it are free. Take a step today. Try one of the practices we talked about, whether it's savoring a small moment, practicing mindfulness, or pursuing a meaningful goal. Find your beauty in this imperfect world. Face the truth of life and find your freedom.